My name is Margie and I am a small group leader for 11th and 12th grade girls. About 8 years ago, I was in Disciple 1 class, and my faith really took a change in the direction that it was going in my journey on one particular day in that class. And we were all talking together about how we make choices, and over the path of our lives, how we have made different choices and what influenced those choices. And I decided just to share how I've really always gone with my gut feeling. From the time I was little, I remember, specifically saying, I'm not cutting through that yard because my gut's telling me not to. As I grew older, into my teens and 20s, I learned this new key term everybody was using, intuition. And so I just started, it felt like it was a little bit more mature to use that versus going around as a teenager saying my gut. So I remember just saying, my intuition's just telling me that's just not something I should do, or my intuition's telling me I really need to try this even though I'm really afraid to. And of course, as a mother, the mother's intuition. And everybody in class was, kind of starting the whole comical thing. Of course, the guys were like, ha ha, women's intuition, we've heard of that. And all of a sudden, my disciple leader, she just kind of piped up and she said, honey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but she said, that intuition that you're referring to, she said, sweetie, that is God's Holy Spirit speaking directly to your soul. The entire room just stopped. We got chills. I spent probably the rest of the class not hearing a whole lot of what was being said. And for the next week, I just pondered and pondered all of these specific experiences where God had guided me through what I called my gut feeling and had just encouraged me to try new things. And all of a sudden, I was not just a believer. I knew I had to do something different. And I didn't want to be somebody who just sat in the pew and listened to worship. I didn't want to be the person that was just in Sunday school class hearing the word. I suddenly knew that God had a purpose for me, and I needed to figure out what that purpose was. And I realized I have a passion for children and students especially. And I knew when I heard Charlie and Melinda Anderson talking about this new thing called small groups. So I just sat back and I listened to their stories and I asked questions occasionally. And they would periodically kind of nudge me that I should try it. And I just let time go by, and one time I even said to Charlie, I'll do it during the summer when my kids' activities are down. She's like, no, we don't meet during the summer. I was like, okay. So then I kind of just sat back, let the summer go by, and I just, I told myself if she asks me again, I'm gonna do it. And she did, and I tried it out, and ended up with this group of 11th and 12th grade girls, and it has been such an amazing blessing because I want to make a difference. I want to be able to touch young children's, students' lives in a personal way. And we meet once a week in my home most of the time for an hour and a half. And sometimes we go out to the park or do other things in the community just to kind of break it up. But we just meet and have a good time just talking about issues in our week, having a devotional time, and just laughing together and learning from each other, supporting one another. Over time, they just really learn to trust one another and share with one another. And I hear stories about them reaching out during the week to one another and praying together. And it's just a fabulous thing for them to have that time together and bond as sisters in faith. And as I tell them I'm there to guide them. I'm not there to judge them. I'm there to listen to them. And we have an amazing time together each Sunday, and we grow each week in faith. through meaningful connections, I get to make a difference.